That was useless. The Black Panthers marching in the streets with leather jackets when it's hot and black berets when it's hot. That doesn't change a damn thing. Singing songs.
What about WIC? What do you think about WIC?
The school breakfast program?
That is different. But if you close your eyes and think of the Black Panthers, what you think of is all of the chanting that I did too, because I was in the Puerto Rican school with the Black Panthers. We could get 500 men and women in El Barrio in New York City. All of us had our purple berets in our pockets and our field marshal yelled, and damn it, we had a line in the middle of the street. We stopped traffic for days. And we duked it out with the police. What did that change?
It's cathartic.
It's like whistling at the moon.
Changes nothing.
It doesn't change anything. In order to identify what needs to be changed, you have to do the research. And the permanent question to ask is, who profits from this? You don't have scholarships. You all are going to be debt slaves when you graduate from high school or when you graduate from university. Who profits from that?
Banks. Schools.
The banks. Michigan is allegedly the arsenal for democracy. That is, it's the highest concentration of war profiteers anywhere in this country. When your country goes to war, the workers in Michigan get their salaries increased and the employers make a larger profit. They're the ones who profit from people coming back without legs, without arms, without a soul. So again, focus like a beam on who profits from whatever mess it is that you're dealing with. If you can graduate somebody from high school who they get to college does not know how to read, and believe me, I've had students in senior seminars at Western who did not know how to read. 26% of the people who live in Kalamazoo cannot read above a 6th grade level.
25% of the dogs.
Some seniors in our school can barely read.
That is 20,000 people in a city of 75,000. From the Kalamazoo Gazette.
When you talk about 25%, the Kalamazoo, was it Literacy Council?
Yep, the Kalamazoo Literacy.
They have
26% cannot read above 6th grade level. And if you read the Kalamazoo Gazette, God help you if you think that's a newspaper. That is not fit to wrap fish with. And it's not a monument to anybody's intelligence to carry that under your arm. I read, and the Kalamazoo Gazette is written for 4th grade reading level. So that whoever buys it can handle this one. Let me explain 2 more things. Being literate is not about reading what is on the line. If you don't understand the implicit context, what's between the lines, you don't understand what you're reading. And if you cannot connect what you're reading and the implicit context with other readings and with what's happening in other countries, you don't understand what is going on. When the current emperor of this empire said that voting for him was about change, what does change mean? Change for what? Your brown-skinned emperor is supposed to be like a monument to civil rights. He's just as much of a war criminal as anybody else who's been a president of the United States. In the Caribbean, where I come from, we've had black presidents for the last 200 years. In Mexico, they've had black presidents for the last 200 years. In Argentina, in South America, had black presidents for the last 200 years. Do any of you think that makes a damn bit of difference when the president throws the army at us? Have any of you ever been hit by a black policeman or a brown policeman? Did the billy club hurt any less? When a black policeman shoots at you, do the bullets make smaller holes? Hell no. So what the hell is the advantage of having a black president whose propaganda was about hope? What does hope mean? On the page, between the lines, and how does that connect with what's happening in other parts of the world?
I grew up in a couple different households that always had CNN, local news, always had the paper. What are some good ways that you think I can begin to desensitize myself from citing those as credible sources, and where should I begin my research?
Let me rephrase your question. How do you all defend yourselves from the commercial media and from the school system? Again, ask yourselves, who profits from what goes on in the public schools? Who profits from what goes on in the commercial media? If this is a society in which there are some people who own property and some people who, because they do not own a damn thing, they have to sell themselves in the job market. That is, when you enter the job market, that's a pretty way of saying you're willing to become a slave. So who profits from what happens in the public schools are those people who control the slave market, what you all call the job. Who profits from what goes on in the commercial media are the people who own it. If you don't know who owns CNN, if you do not know who owns MSNBC, you cannot protect yourself from the garbage that they sell you. How many of you know who Chris Matthews is?
Didn't he I heard,
He
I
has
swear
the
I heard of him.
7 to 8 p.m. shows on MSNBC.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Hardball,
yeah, Chris
right?
Matthews.
You all know who I'm talking about now?
Yeah, the
How
one
many
old
of
white
you
guy.
know who owns MSNBC?
I don't know.
Some other white guy?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't remember his name, but it is a white man.
It's owned by General Electric. General Electric is a war contractor. General Electric makes most of its profit from selling junk to the Pentagon. So do you think MSNBC is going to say anything that's critical or analytical of the wars that the United States is conducting?
There's a, what is that?
So it was the
Schoolhouse
funding.
Rock
Right.
did a thing on that. The Schoolhouse Rock has, and they only aired it one time ever. It tells you exactly, it goes through, they made a song about it. Everybody who owns, it's 4 people that own all of the major, media outlets that we use. It's
Now,
the same, 4 or 5.
Chris Matthews is married to a woman who ran for Congress on the Democratic Party ticket. The guy who has the show after Chris Matthews, Chris Hayes, his wife worked in Obama's White House. If you don't make these connections between who owns the commercial media, who controls the school boards in every town in the country, how do you explain to the people with whom you're working what happens in the public schools? How do elections for the school board in this town operate? Are they ward-based or are they citywide?